We had 4 more babies hatched today. Oh, I think there are actually 5 in there now, which is really cool. There is 5, yeah. But I just found out something even cooler, and that's that Welsh Harlequin Drakes, especially the silver drake, you'll be able to tell they're silver because the silver face Welsh Harlequins have blue on their wings, whereas the gold face, like majority of my hens are, have brown on their wings instead. When those Welsh Harlequin Drakes, the silver ones, are bred to Khaki Campbell hens or Dark Campbell hens, the babies come out auto-sex. So I did notice for a while that the babies either had this darker black color mallard striping or they were light in color, and I was like, hey, the lighter ones are much smaller. I wonder if something's to this. So I did some research, and it turns out, yes, the females are a lighter color and the males are dark color. So let me just kind of open the incubator up. It won't hurt anything. Oh, look at that. So in here, the 3 ones that are darker black, those are males. And the 2 lighter ones, those are our females. So while I have gotten 10 more Welsh Harlequins this season, pure Welsh Harlequins, because I really love the breed, I think this is such a great feature to have, especially if you're a homesteader and you'd like to separate the males from their females, save the females for eggs, or want to sell them. Then it's just so simple and such an easy thing to do. I think it's really cool. Excuse the incubator. It really does look like this after hatching. So, man, what does this make? 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 babies this week. So it's a bit of a mess in here because I'm brooding the baby ducklings for a couple of days inside, just until they get big enough that I feel safe in them being in the outside brooder. I just don't have a brooder outside with small enough holes to make me feel safe about snakes or something getting into it. It is off the ground, but if you know anything about Southeast Texas, snakes are terrifying here. So there are some pure Welsh Harlequin ducklings mixed into here. This baby right here is one of those. But here are some of the ducklings that we hatched. So these are from the Welsh Harlequin, the Silver Welsh Harlequin male. And as I said before, Silver Welsh Harlequins, they have the blue on their wings versus the gold face, which will have brown instead. And so all of my females right now are gold face, but I was looking back at pictures of when Cotton was younger, because Cotton is the father to these ducklings that I just hatched, and sure enough, he has blue on his wing. You can't tell right now because during this time of year, male ducks tend to change to more muted colors. For Welsh Harlequins, that's called their eclipse phase, eclipse plumage. But like, I hear a lot of people saying my male duckling turned into, or my male drake turned into a female. Well, it didn't really, but during the spring, males disguise themselves outside of, just to keep themselves really safe from predators. So it's kind of smart on the survival end for them. But it's important that, I don't know how it works if your Welsh Harlequin is a gold-faced drake, to be honest. But if you have a silver-faced drake, then I can tell you, if you breed them back to a Dark Campbell or a Khaki Campbell, what you're going to find is that the males are darker. So for me, the males, these males that kind of look like mallards, they have the obvious black on them, right? Oh, they're all running from me, of course. Right here, this little guy, this is a boy. And this one here, he's also a male. And so then, this is one of the females that hatched today. You can see how she's much lighter in color. Even under this red light, she's obviously different. No striping. This is also one of mine that hatched. This is another female. that hatched, and so is this little bitty one right here. So these, I misspoke previously. It's not called auto-sexing. Auto-sexing are like Welsh Harlequins when you're able to tell male from female based off their beak color or even the down color. These are more like sexlings because this is the first generation you'll be able to tell males from females, but the second generation, not so much. So I was really thinking about just going to pure Welsh Harlequins, the gold face coloring because I really love it. But actually, I still love all of my Campbell ducks. I love the honey Campbells, which are the gold face Welsh Harlequins. I love the dark Campbells especially. I like all of the Campbell colored ducklings. And so I think this is going to be really beneficial to me because I can tell my males from my females instantly when they hatch. Even when they're still wet, the females are lighter in color and the males have this black on them, and they look kind of like mallards. Now, when they grow up, I'm going to guess that the males are going to look like Dark Campbells, and the females will probably look like Khaki Campbells. That's really what it seems to be. I've actually crossed last season my Khaki Campbell hens with my Welsh Harlequin Drake cotton, and the babies all came out looking like Dark Campbell ducks. So basically, Campbells with a little more, Khaki Campbells with a little more defined plumage, or muted mallards with black beaks and feet, which is really cool. So I'm kind of excited about that. So you can kind of see the difference between our Welsh Harlequins and the crosses we did, but then there are a couple of them like this one that you can't really, like, it almost looks like a pure Welsh Harlequin duckling, but it's not. It's mixed with our Campbell hens, the color. So it makes sense. Aren't these guys just gorgeous? I'm so in love with their coloring. The cool thing is that if I wanted to, if you're like me and eventually want to be able to sell ducklings, right now I'm just trying to gather up and pick out the best quality hens, the ones that lay the most eggs, what works best for me in my homestead and garden and everything else. Because for me, what I want to do is grow up all of the trees, blueberry bushes, and have areas where I can release the ducklings into to eat the bugs and eat the grass, weed control, but without damaging the plants because they're tall enough. So that's my end goal. Also being able to eat the duck eggs, sell the duck eggs, and we do eat meat here. We do eat a lot of vegetables and everything else too, but the reality is that we do eat meat, and whenever we have a surplus of ducklings, for me, I'm not even going to try to sell males. People don't really want male ducklings. But since we are homesteading, I have no problem with harvesting the males to eat. So for me, with this cross, I'll be able to see all the male ducklings, put those in a separate pen, grow them out, be able to rotate them until they're ready to harvest, between 8 to 12 weeks of age. And then the females, if I wanted to, I could just sell the females. And I wouldn't have to worry because there's such an obvious difference, as you can see, between the two, which is really cool. So the dark colored one that has the weird black stripe on its head, that is a female. And you can see the mallard ones next to it that are males. So it's kind of obvious the difference between the two, which is really nice. Another thing I really love about these is that they're already kind of foraging. They're picking at the seeds that are left behind on the hay, and they're having fun. They're really active ducklings, so they're just a lot of fun in general, and I really love that. So if you're like me and you're really looking into investing in some good breeds of ducks, I recommend all Campbell ducks. I've said it several times before if you watch other videos. They are white Campbell ducks. They are the Welsh Harlequins, which were derived from Khaki Campbells. There are Dark Campbells. There are just so many. There's even a pied Campbell, which I've actually never seen in person. It's really hard for me to get videos of what a pied Campbell looks like here in the United States. If anyone has any pictures, I would love to see some down in the comments because I'm really curious about Campbell ducks. So I hope this helps somebody out if you're kind of curious about sex-linked ducklings or breeding the different Campbell ducks together, maybe what a Welsh Harlequin with a Khaki Campbell hen would look like. I've also heard, and now don't quote me on this because I'm really just not sure how true it is, but I've also heard that if you breed a Welsh Harlequin hen to a Khaki Campbell Drake, the males will come out really dark brown, almost black, and the females are really light brown, kind of a caramel color. But I've never actually tried that. My Drake is a Welsh Harlequin. So I can't guarantee it'll work, but I can guarantee 100% that if you breed a Silver Welsh Harlequin to a Dark Campbell or especially a Khaki Campbell hen, you'll be able to tell the difference for sure. You did lots of babies, huh?
How many?
How many are in here? There are 13 in here, 5 that just hatch in the incubator, and 1 hatching right now. We have 9 eggs outside in the nest, and still 4 eggs that I think are viable in incubators that haven't hatched. So it's safe to say we'll have a lot more babies this season. And I know that we're kind of in duckling season right now. Be careful picking them up. So I've been posting a lot about ducklings, but pretty soon we'll be getting back to more gardening videos. It's so hot, it's been over 100 degrees outside. It's really hard to garden in this kind of weather. It's been a lot of 15 minutes working outside, 45 minutes cooling off in the house right now. So once it starts to cool off, I'll be able to get more gardening videos back in here, kind of update on what's been going on, because there are some pretty exciting things and some expansion happening in the garden that I'm pretty excited about. But if you have any questions about, ducklings, I hope this helps you out. I hope it gives you some cool ideas about color crosses and sex-linked ducklings. But I also really encourage you, if you haven't, try some Campbell ducks. Try the Welsh Harlequins. They're so beautiful. I know people love the silver face. Honestly, I really like the gold face. I love the beautiful golden and chestnut tones of Welsh Harlequins. I'm just obsessed with all Campbell duck breeds. As always, I thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something new.